Hey guys, it's Hey Sophia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be on 25 more pet decorations you can do in Minecraft. My first video featured these ones here, which was my 30 different pet decorations. I will link that down below. Those were for more your stereotypical pets like cats and dogs, couple of small pets. These ones I've opened up to people who have cows as pets, chickens, mooshrooms, polar bears, llamas, sheep, pigs, rabbits, everything basically. So let's get started. My first design here, well my first few here are going to be for cows. So the first design I've got here is this field. So the way that farmers work in real life is they typically have quite a few fields. They'll rotate the cows through them as the grass goes down. So I've just done 2 here. You could do 3 and have different grass lengths. So the idea is that the empty one here is the one they're in. The one that's next to it here with the longer grass is the one they're not in at the moment. My second idea here is one that you can attach onto these if you would like. This is a open air cow barn. Cow barns aren't done up as much as like horse stables, so they typically are literally just this wire, like the iron bars that like keep the cows in at night. They're very open to let lots of airflow. So I've just tried to make a very simple design here. I've got some brown glass paint up there just to make a little kind of wooden looking paint, but yeah. My third design here is one that you can use with llamas, pigs, sheep, cows, whatever you like. If you got a field design, this design here is basically so that like if you have your animals in an open field, they need shade. These are little shade things that you'll find on farms. I know when I've driven around the city I'm in, I do actually see these for the cows that are in my city. So you could do 2 things. You could either one, keep it quite open underneath as a area for shade, or the other thing you could do is put one of these troughs. So I've got 3 designs here. One is just an empty looking one here. The next one I've got brown wool on top, carpet on top to replicate food. You could do blue though for water. And my third design here is some cauldrons. You could make empty water, but yeah. So my 5th design now is a pigsty. So pigs, I suppose you could see the really mean ones where they live in barns. This is kind of like your open air free range type pig. So you could make it really small and just have a couple pig in here, or you could make a really big one. If you've seen the 1.12 update video I did, a really good way to make mud in the bottom of a pen also is brown concrete powder. Obviously that hasn't come out quite yet, but when it does come out, use brown concrete powder in there as well because it will look really good. And if you want to make a very big one because you have a lot of pigs, use my next idea here, which is a pig house. This is literally what pig houses look like. They don't typically have the oak trimming on the ends. I've just done that for a little more detail, I suppose you could say. But just make a really big one, plop one of those down in the middle, put your pigs in, and it will look really good. My next design here is a chicken coop. So this is kind of like the stereotypical chicken coop that you would see in kid TV shows, movies, and books. I know these are the kind of chicken coops I saw when I would read books when I was a kid. Just a very, very simple design here. I've used lots of different colored woods, so I've got detail. I've got stairs on the inside there to kind of make shelving looking little nesting boxes. I'll probably just do hay if you're actually putting chickens in there. And my next design here is if you have free range chickens. So not everyone likes chicken coops. Some people like their chickens being free range. I've simply got a fence around here and I've kind of made this dome little chicken coop. What I've done here, I have used oh my god, I'm having a mind blank now. I've used grey glass blocks instead of the iron bars. So they're kind of replicating the iron, like the chicken aviary mesh. If you look at chicken coop wire, like the mesh that guards it, it is really small. They're literally like 1 centimeter squares. For you Imperial, that's probably like less than ½ an inch. And I think the iron bars don't do that very well, so I have used in my 2 designs here the glass blocks because they're the closest looking thing to wire mesh in Minecraft. This design here is a more open chicken coop, so that's why I've also used the jungle doors because they're very open looking. Again, there's my grey glass blocks for my wire mesh. So this is kind of the chicken coop that you design if you want your chickens only ever in the coop, never going out, but you can still go in to collect eggs and things like that. Now this design here is a rabbit hutch. So this is literally what rabbit hutches look like. We had lots of guinea pigs when I was a kid. This is the kind of hutches that you get with them. Normally though, they're typically on stands and above the ground. I have made this one on the ground though because it's hard to make stands in Minecraft without the chicken coop being, like the rabbit hutch being another block high and looking really awkward. But yeah. Now this design here is for sheep. This is based off, if you have ever seen like the British countryside, so kind of like Ireland, Scotland, England, you'll notice that a lot of their, like, when you see the sheep in the countryside, a lot of the sheep are like, what's the word? They're in like these cobblestone, literally rocky fences like this. So I have used cobblestone fencing and then I've made trimmings here with the cobblestone blocks and slabs. The reason I've done that is I think it makes it look a bit more old and rusticy with the unevenness. Same kind of idea as the cow one, different fields to rotate the sheep through. I've then also got at the back 3 pens, so at night time, like the farmers would herd their sheep into the back here to keep them safe for the night, then in the morning they let them out again. You can make this on a much bigger scale. I just made it kind of a small and compact one because I am working in just a small area and I don't want to use too much space. This design here is another rabbit design. This is kind of like a natural rabbit habitat type pen thing, I suppose. I wouldn't put the fences close to the back as I have. I would put it back a bit so the rabbits don't go on the mound and then jump over. The idea is you literally have burrows here. I've got a light in there to stop mobs spawning. But basically, oh geez, I'm not having fun here. Basically the idea is that you just let your rabbits in and then they're literally living in rabbit holes like they would in the wild. I've just got a fence around it so they can't get out. I wouldn't put any blocks close to the edge like I have. Again, like I've said, I've just kept it compact for now to fit everything in. This design here is for the llamas. I had to think about that. So imagine this is a giant extreme hill biome. Just like in South America, llamas typically in mountains. If you look up like llama farms and things like that, you'll see what they'll normally do is they'll have a cobblestone fence which they will build against a slope, and then they have the flat land, and where the fencing is for the flat land they'll just do wooden fencing. And they'll either have kind of like open stables like the cow one, or they have that little undercover thing, and that's literally where the llamas would just sleep and shelter. So that's my llama design. This one, I'll go back to another llama, I'll just show this for now, I'll finish off the sheep. So this is based again off the British, kind of like Ireland, Scotland, England, countryside sheep thing. This is a design where you've got a little sleeping area for your sheep. You've got your run area. Again, you can make that a lot bigger. I have put grass on top because it gives the effect that it's kind of overgrown and it's a really, really old structure, which a lot of these structures are. But my next design here is based off Australian sheep shearing. So if you didn't know or you can't tell, I am from Australia. I have a really weird accent because I've picked up American and South African accents. So the idea of this one is you have your big sheep field. You put your sheep through here, they go in through the back door. You come into your sheep shearing shed, you got your wool storage on the side. They come in through that door where I just showed, they come out here, and then you have your sheep shearing things. So and then once you're done, you send them out back into the field. So if you're doing one of these, just make sure you've got that little kind of roof mechanism I've got on the roof there to look like the sheep shearing, because what they'll do is they'll have the cord running down and then the people will just shear the sheep right there. Yeah, so I think this is quite a cool decoration if you have a farm, because you do shear sheep in Minecraft, so I think it is quite a realistic thing that you could add to your build. We'll go over to the front here and now work our way back. These are some of the more abstract, I suppose, pets you could have in Minecraft. So I've got 3 designs here for polar bears. So this is kind of like a polar bear pen. I've got some water there which will freeze over if you're in a snow biome, but that's okay. If you've got protections or like commands that you can use to unfreeze the water in your region, I would do that. I've got a little shelter area with some hay so they can be cozy, and then for my fencing I've just used quartz and different ice things at different levels. This design here for the polar bear is kind of a zoo design, so typically at zoos what they'll do to protect you from animals is they'll either have a big glass fence and they'll be down in here, or they'll do the gap and then like the animal on the other side of the moat. So I've kind of gone for the hole in the ground design here, so you can lead your polar bear and quickly shut them in, then they're living down there. Got a cute little undercover area, some water, lots of snow, so I think it looks quite nice, suits the polar bear well. My next design here is a igloo. So I have actually, if you look on Google Images, you will actually find polar bear houses that look like this. I think it's more of a North American thing that they would look like this. So what I've done here, I've simply made a very simple igloo. I've tried to make it a bit bigger one and a bit more roomy inside. I did actually also do a igloo on my first design there, which was a dog igloo for if you have dogs in snow biomes. This one's bigger though to fit a polar bear. Again, I would make the fencing bigger, add a couple of spruce trees to add more detail. Like I said, I've just made it compact for here. So this design here is for, if you can't tell, a mooshroom. I love mooshrooms. Mooshrooms are one of my favorite mobs in Minecraft. They're so cute. So this design here I've specifically put on the mycelium soil. You could do this exact same design though in a non-mushroom island biome. I've simply used red clay and quartz like blocks to make a polka dot looking like fence, quartz slabs on top. I've just got a little shelter area there and a trough to make water and some hedging. The same thing here, I've got the mycelium soil. This one's a bit more of a creative abstract one. I think this one would really suit to be in like an actual mushroom island biome. So I've just made a really big mushroom here, very simple to do. I've just made a circle, made it into a dome, add my polka dots. For the mushroom here I've actually used the bone block because it's the closest to the mushroom stem block. I think it's quite cute. Make it bigger though, but there's your little stable or your little barn where your mushrooms sleep, and then yeah, then they can wander around. So this is my other llama design. This is kind of a more South American themed one, kind of similar to the mushroom design where you have them in a square area and the polar bear 1 and 2. I've just added some very colourful wall murals which are kind of like South American-y theme. I like emerald blocks because they do remind me of South America as well, like the very geometric design of them. I've just simply added just a little undercover area at the back and some iron bars for like airflow to go through as well. So last 4 designs. This one, bam, aquarium. So I did actually see someone post the other day on Reddit that they made a, what was it? It was kind of like a glass dome and they kept in there those, oh there's my dog shaking, sorry about that. A glass dome with the laser fish from the underwater temple biomes. I can't remember the name. So this is for that, or if you have squids, this is kind of like an unconventional pet, but I think it would be cool to have fish in Minecraft, so if you can get some of those, put them in there. I've simply used sand, stone blocks, and I've used spruce leaf blocks to kind of make a seaweed looking thing. I've got some lights up the top. But yeah, you could obviously put that under your house and then people can go down and go, oh, aquarium. So my last 3 designs here are horse designs. So this first one's a stable that's based off like a horse track stable. So if you ever go to like, horse racing is a really big thing here in Australia. So if you go to like racing tracks, these are typically the kind of stables that you'll see. Very compact, long stables that are more for like storing horse after horse after horse. So that's a very good PvE design. I've got a little storage shed down the end there, so if you want to keep anything to do with your horse, like their saddles or things like that that you use when riding your horse, quite a compact little easy survival design. This one here though is your more stereotypical in real life horse design. So I've used stone brick for the entryway and throughout the middle. I've then scattered around some of the hay and the yellow carpet blocks to make it look like scattered hay messily is coming out of the stalls. Again, like the cow things, they're very open stables in real life, a lot of them are. I've come up with this cool design, which is my 25th idea. What I've done here, I put the cauldron in there with water, I put a staircase on top, but then on the other side I've just covered it up with a trapdoor. So what I actually did when I was filling these is I literally undid the trapdoor, clicked on the cauldron with a water bucket and it filled. Very cool design to like fill them from one side. I've also got the little the trapdoor, the tripwire hooks, I'm gonna call them. I think they're tripwire hooks for like little lead holders, so little storage things. But there we go, there is 25 more pet designs in Minecraft. For any of you guys who have more abstract pets, comment down below, let me know which one you prefer. Did you prefer my normal kind of pet video, or did you prefer my more variety of abnormal pet video? Comment down below, let me know, but like always, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and thank you, bye!